Stop everything you're doing right now, because I'm about to reveal the most shocking secret about your brain that nobody talks about. Every single night, without you even realizing it, your brain literally transforms you into a completely different person. Not metaphorically, but scientifically, measurably different. And this hidden transformation is the real reason why you keep failing at your goals, no matter how hard you try. Picture this exact scenario. It's 11 p.m. You're lying in bed scrolling through your phone, and suddenly, something incredible happens in your brain. You feel like you've been struck by lightning, made of pure motivation. Your mind explodes with brilliant, life-changing ideas, and you're practically vibrating with unstoppable energy. As you whisper to yourself, "Tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Absolutely crush a 2-hour workout. Launch that $1 million business idea I've been thinking about. Write the first chapter of my best-selling novel. Meal prep for the entire week. And completely transform my entire life, starting right now." You feel absolutely invincible, like a superhero who just discovered they have unlimited powers. You're making detailed lists, setting multiple alarms, downloading productivity apps, researching strategies, and you genuinely believe, with every fiber of your being, that this time is different. This time, you're really going to do it. But then the sun rises like a cruel joke, and that dreaded alarm screams at you like an angry monster trying to ruin your life. And that superhero version of yourself, they've completely vanished without leaving a single trace. Instead, you feel like you got hit by a freight train carrying 10,000 pounds of exhaustion and regret. Rolling out of bed feels like climbing Mount Everest in a blizzard, and those amazing plans that felt so achievable just hours ago now feel as impossible as flying to Mars using only your arms. Where did all that incredible motivation go? It's like someone snuck into your brain overnight and stole every ounce of drive you had, leaving you empty and confused. Here's the mind-blowing truth that will change everything. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, you're not broken, you're not lazy, and you're definitely not crazy. In fact, what's happening to you is happening to millions of people around the world every single night. And there's a specific, scientific reason why your brain is playing this cruel trick on you. But here's what's going to absolutely blow your mind and change your life forever. Once you understand the real reason why this happens, you can actually hack this system and use it to your advantage. You'll never fall into this frustrating trap again. I'm about to reveal the hidden neuroscience behind why your brain betrays you every morning, and more importantly, I'm going to give you a bulletproof, foolproof system that works, even when motivation has completely abandoned you. By the time you finish listening to this, you'll have the secret weapon that successful people use to actually follow through on their goals. And you'll finally understand how to turn those late-night dreams into actual morning victories. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn will revolutionize your entire approach to achieving anything you want in life. Let me tell you the most fascinating story about your brain that will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about yourself. Imagine your brain as a house, with two entirely different people living inside it, and they take turns being in complete control of your life. During the day, there's rational you, who's like an anxious parent, constantly worrying about responsibilities, bills, deadlines, and everything that could possibly go wrong. Rational you is cautious, practical, overthinking, and always playing it safe. But at night, something absolutely magical happens that most people never realize. Rational you gets tired and starts to fall asleep, and suddenly, creative you takes over, like a wild artist who sees infinite possibilities everywhere and isn't afraid of anything. Creative you believes you can do absolutely anything and sees the entire world as your personal playground. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and this is actual brain science that will blow your mind completely. At night, when the world becomes quiet, and you're not being bombarded by a million different distractions, your prefrontal cortex, which is basically your brain's worry center and fear headquarters, starts to power down, like a computer go into sleep mode. It's like that anxious, critical voice in your head finally takes a well-deserved break, and suddenly your imagination gets to run completely wild without any interference or limitations. Without all that mental noise and crippling self-doubt, you can picture yourself doing absolutely anything. Running marathons, building business empires, writing masterpieces, becoming the person you've always dreamed of being. And because you're just imagining it, not actually doing it, it feels incredibly easy, like playing a video game, and the easiest possible setting where you can't lose. But when morning comes, it's like someone flips a switch and completely changes the rules of the game. Your stress hormone, called cortisol, shoots up like a rocket, blasting off into space. Your responsibilities come flooding back like a devastating tsunami wave. Bills to pay, work to attend, people to please, deadlines to meet, and suddenly that worried parent in your brain wakes up and starts screaming at full volume. What were you thinking last night? You can't do that. That's way too hard for someone like you. You always fail anyway. Who are you kidding? And just like that, your motivation disappears faster than ice cream on the hottest summer day, leaving you confused, frustrated, and wondering what's fundamentally wrong with you. But here's the incredible news that changes absolutely everything. Now you know exactly why this happens. You can beat your brain at its own game. I'm about to give you 3 simple steps that work like absolute magic, even if you're exhausted, even if you don't feel like it, and even if that worried voice in your head is being extra loud and discouraging. These steps are so powerful that they'll work even on your absolute worst days when everything feels impossible. Step 1 is to capture the magic while you actually have it. Before you go to bed tonight, grab a piece of paper or open your phone and write down just 1 or 2 things you want to do tomorrow. Not 10 things, not your entire life transformation plan, just 1 or 2 ridiculously simple things. Make them so small that you'd almost be embarrassed to call them goals. Instead of writing workout for 2 hours, write put on my sneakers and walk to the mailbox. Instead of writing a whole chapter, write open my laptop and write 1 sentence. Write it like you're leaving a loving note for your best friend. Just do this tiny thing, and you'll feel absolutely incredible afterward. Step 2 is to make it absolutely impossible to fail. Remember, morning you is unreliable, grumpy, and not thinking clearly at all. So we need to make success so easy that failure becomes harder than actually doing the thing. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes right next to your bed. Put your water bottle and headphones there too, and make it so ridiculously simple that you'd have to work harder to avoid it than to just do it. If you want to write, open your laptop, create a blank document, and put your favorite pen directly on your desk. If you want to eat healthy, prepare your healthy breakfast the night before and put it right in front of your coffee maker. Think of yourself as a helpful friend, setting up everything perfectly for someone who's barely awake. Remove every possible excuse before they even have a chance to think of one. Step 3 is to think baby steps, not giant leaps. Here's where most people completely destroy their chances of success before they even start. They think they need to be perfect immediately, but that's like expecting a newborn baby to run a marathon on their first day of life. Start so small that it feels almost silly. Put on your workout clothes, and that's it. Open your laptop and write 1 word. Eat 1 healthy snack. That first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, something magical happens in your brain. You start to think, this isn't so terrible. Maybe I can do a little more. Sometimes you'll do more, sometimes you won't, and that's perfectly fine. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to show up consistently, especially on the days when you absolutely don't feel like it. Now here's the secret that will revolutionize your entire approach to achieving your goals. You don't need more motivation. You need a system that works even when motivation has completely abandoned you. Motivation is like the weather. Sometimes it's sunny and beautiful, sometimes it's stormy and terrible, and you have absolutely no control over it. But Systems are like having an indestructible umbrella that works perfectly, no matter what the weather is doing. So at night you keep making all these grand promises. It's time. Morning you start keeping them, not because you feel like it, but because you have a system that makes success completely automatic and effortless. Tonight, before you close your eyes, Write down one tiny thing you want to do tomorrow. Set up your environment to make it effortless. And tomorrow morning, no matter how you feel, just do that one small thing. Trust me, once you master this approach, you'll never have to rely on unpredictable motivation again. You'll have something infinitely better. A system that works every single time, creating the life you actually want instead of just dreaming about it night after night.